Buddy, this is Teresa. I'm trying to get things straightened out before anybody comes in. I'll try to get some things going here. I'm always trying to get things going. I don't get to come live very often. Um, I have got some happy mail and some um, dye machines I was going to show. Um, I got to remember what I did with my plates for my little one. This is the sidekick. Oh, there they are. I knew I did something with them, didn't I? Anyway, I'm opening some paper. Some paper. And I'm just setting up. Hi, Pam. Welcome, welcome. I'm just getting some things set up here to I gotta cut some paper. I should have already done it, but I didn't. I'm gonna cut some paper right quick so that I can show the difference in dye machines and stuff. Um, so that I can, and I'm gonna be showing some Happy Mail, and this is my sidekick. It's the small one. It's by Sizzix, and it was probably one of the first ones out because that's the only one I knew of. I'm gonna take this little piece off of there because I keep wrinkling it up, and that's to cover that. So anyway, now, so this machine, the plates on it, the hole is 2.5 by 3.5, or maybe a little longer on the length. They are okay, 2.5 by 5. Okay, it's 5 this way. So, anyways, I'm gonna cut paper so I can do some dyes because I've got 3 different dye machines, and I've had people asking me about my dye machines, so I'm gonna find my 2.5 mark. I got something on my cutter here. Yes. Let me move this out of the way. I usually turn my mouse off and put it under my down here with my. So, how are you doing today, Pam? Horrible when you can't see straight. Not even with a cutter. Oh well. What can I say? Here's 1, 2, 3. Okay, so anyway, I always double check it, see, to make sure that I've got it in its place. All right, I got that one cut. And this is pretty much for just small dies. Um, and then the length of the paper can be up to 5 inches longer if you don't mind handling it, but I'd rather just have it up to the 5 because that's where the dye machine plate ends. So I usually do it about 4.5 instead of 5, because if I do it at the 5, I don't like handling the extra paper, and I waste a lot of paper that way. Being the frugal crafter that I am, I like to use every inch of paper that I can. So I do it that way. Um, y'all watching somebody else? Is Beth still on? I didn't see them on, so I wasn't sure if they were on or not. Um, Sometimes mine don't show me, so. Um, okay, so I keep my dyes in little uh, containers, and I usually try to keep them like here in containers like this. Let me move this out of the way for a second and let me show you. I put like dies in, like these are fairy dies. I make sure they will fit on my plate before I cut. Okay. And this one does. I have this. And I usually use only one die plate to cut on. That way, then when I buy new plates, I've got this one to start cutting on, and then I've got an extra. So that's what I do. But that's just me. Most people don't pay any attention to how they do it. They just cut. Me, I found out that my plates last a lot longer doing it this way than having to buy two plates and using it, two plates and using it. And it just works out like that for me. So anyway, this die cutter, I move it backwards. It's a backwards kind of die cutter. So you go and it goes to the left and to the right for me. So it would be good for a right or left-handed person. So that's a good thing. And it cuts really well. And this is kind of large. Let me get over here where you can see what I'm doing. I keep getting this little area over here is where my chat is, and I can't tell if it's if I'm on screen or not because of that little chat area over there. Anyway, I got a needle. It's kind of a blunt tip needle that I use for a pokey tool, and I just poke stuff out. And I still got some pink in it from where I cut some dies before. And there's one of the little fairies right there, and it cuts really well. It really does. I'm cutting out some fairies to send to someone for their fairy journal. I actually like cutting and sharing with people and everything. And so there she are. There's one fairy. So, and then these little things here, because I use cardstock. I don't like using just paper. I use cardstock. Hi, Barbara. How are you? I'm doing good. How are you? Anyway, I'm sorry. My camera is a Wampus guided camera, and I'm trying to figure out where to put everything. So y'all tell me if I've got things. Is this better right here? Okay, so anyway, so there's one fairy. These make great little stencils on a jelly plate or on paper or whatever if you want a fairy stencil. And what I like to do with them is a lot of times I will take and I'll just go around the edges and leave the inside of it, the paper, and then use some kind of ink around the edges. Can y'all see this okay now? Yeah, a while back I did that. People working on fairy journals and stuff. I have some cute fairies, I think. And so when they're working on fairy journals, I'll ask them if they want some fairy goodies, some little fairies. Some of the fairies, of course, are too large to fit on this plate, so I have to use the other one. This is not one of those fairies. So each one that I start to cut with, I use this one I got from Rick for my birthday because he got tired of me sitting in my room with my big machine, so he got me a little one to cut small things so I could sit in the living room, and while he watched TV, he could look over at me once in a while, he said. So he got me this one. So, and she says she likes vintage, and as close to vintage as I've got is this black paper. So I'm hoping that she'll like it. I don't really have a lot of vintagey stuff, you know. It's just me. So, hey, Cami, how are you doing today, hon? Thank you for coming. Anyway, just so you know, Cami, I have got uh, um, your book cut out. Bet you thought I'd forgot, didn't you? Your journal that you wanted cut out. I just ordered me some new paper so that I could get the blue, because I cut the book itself out, the pages out in black, so that you could put color on it and use white or color or whatever. I cut it out in black so that you could decorate it however you like. So I hope you don't mind. And when I'm ready to get it all sent out to you, guess what? I'm gonna need your address. So hi, Janet. So good to see you here. So I didn't see anybody else on, so I figured I would run in here and do this right quick, because I said I would do this and show the 3 different die cut machines I've got, and I've got some Happy Mail that I want to show. But I thought I'd start out with the die machines and get them moving along and showing this. Anyway, there's her. I need to finish cleaning her up, but you know that won't take no time. So anyway, I have this one, which will have to go to my next die machine, because as you see, this one won't fit through the hole no which way, form, or fashion. Okay, so now that you have seen this one, I'm going to turn it loose and move it out of the way. We'll set it to the side here. And my next one is my big shot. Let me get him in scene here. Let me figure out where to put him. Okay, so I bought me a shim for it, and it's made of metal, so I've got to be careful. I don't want to blind anybody. See? Oh, y'all don't need to see me, do you? But it's mirrored, and it's made of metal. And so therefore, I don't have to keep wasting my paper making a shim. So that's my shim for it. And often you have to have shims. Okay, so this one here, you've got a background and you have the fairy. Okay, so, or you can use this and this together and just, of course, my eyesight is kind of terrible. Let's see if I can get this situated so you can see it. Well, it doesn't really matter which way I do it, because you're not going to see it very well on one end of it. So you'll get to see one end of it anyway. Or I can do it like this. I prefer to do it the other way. And so let me get this piece of paper. I'm going to lay this down here. Pull this out, because I like to pull it out. I kind of like to center my plate and everything, and I'll put her right here. Y'all can see her. And then I put this plate over it. And I lay it down. I kind of tilt it some. Did y'all see that? And I lay it down like that. Okay? Oh. Okay. You need to move forward or backwards. Is that good? Anyway, on top of my machine, you'll probably see this right here. Okay? What I do is, because your dies will slide, I will take, and this helps the sticky part, but it'll hold it down good, right? And I will take a little bit of washi. It keeps my die from moving. Go center this back up again. Then I stick this in here. And I don't have to run it all the way through because I don't have anything here to cut. Then I can pull this off and I stick this right back on top of my machine because I can use it again. When it gets non-sticky, of course, and as you can see, come on now. She didn't cut real good. So I can put her back. I can put her doll back. Because she didn't stick very well. And then I've got this right here. And I'll pull her back about to the center. And I'll show you just a minute because if I move my machine to show y'all what I'm doing, then y'all won't be able to see it very well anyway. Then I'll have to put my machine back and figure it all out again. So I'm going to leave it like that. Okay, so what I did was I'm going to pull her backwards a little bit. I put her back onto the paper like she was. And you can kind of feel it because, she'll kind of get stuck in her groove. Okay? You can kind of feel where she belongs. And so I'm going to pull her about midway of the plate. And that's for the pressure on the roller. This is one of the older machines. A lot of them are making them with plastic rollers now, and they don't last near as long. So, and sometimes I kind of rock it a little bit. Sometimes if I get too close to the edge with the die, it doesn't cut well. And since this bottom plate's kind of wearing down, it's about time for me to replace it, which I've got a brand new one up there too, because I keep an extra plate. Sometimes it just kind of makes it to where it don't want to cut all the way through. And now I can put this back and this back, and I can punch that on out. And she comes out pretty well, but I don't have one of those roly do gadgets things yet. I will. And I can pull her apart, and she's pretty easy to take her apart. And since I got a black machine and a black outlined fairy, she does get a little hard to see. Let's see, where did I put my needle? Needle. And I use my needle for a pokey tool. And it kind of has a blunt end to it. Not a real blunt one. It will stick you. Because it's not a plastic canvas needle, but you can sew with it. Anyway. And I'm not going to sit here and clean the whole thing out, because I want y'all to see. And as you cut, you also have these little pieces here that it cuts out too to put around it. Like they designed her like right here. Let me get this off of here. Like right here, you can see there was a little flower. And you've got all these little pieces, like right here's a little leaf. If I can get it out, it's a little leaf. There it is. It's a little leaf to put around her. So they designed this die very well, with all the little bits and pieces in it. See, here's another little leaf and another one, a little tulip. The outline of this is going to be like bluebells and all that. So all this right here, just about every little scrap of this die can be used in your projects. So, okay. But let's see. I think what I want to do, this is going to be a fairy journal. So I need to find something to go behind her. What color should I put behind her? Not blue, because I'm going to be using the blue. So, maybe a little gray. Kind of a silvery gray. What do y'all think? All right, this die machine on an 8.5 piece by 11 of paper, you can fold it in half. And you can cut it. And that will fit in your machine. Just like that. Okay. On the smaller machine, it's 2.5 inches wide this way. So you have to cut it at 2.5 inches to fit through that machine. Okay. And I'm going to take this background. I'm going to put this kind of towards the middle, but I'm going to bring it all the way up. I'm not going to worry about it sliding, because if it slides, that's okay. It doesn't have all the little pieces to worry about over there. Okay. I'm going to take this one right here. I'm going to lay it down and hold it firm. I'm going to pull it out, and here's your background. And since I didn't want to put it in white or orange or anything to make it real bright and stand out, I used a gray. Okay. And there's the gray behind it. So, worked out pretty good, huh? Also, what I like to do is I've got some, I like, what do you call those? Diamond stuff, it's glitter glue like stuff. I like to put it down and kind of just spread it out a little bit on my fairies, on the wings and stuff. And I'll take a piece of paper, say this is scrap paper, and I'll put a little bit, and I'll rub it, on her wings to make it kind of glitter. So that I'll probably do with this. All right. And mostly, I use this machine right here. More than any of the rest of them, I use this one. I have 3 machines. I have the little one, I have this one, and I have the big one. All right, so this is the Big Shot. Okay. And now y'all get to see the Big Shot Pro. This one, I was told to get by Rick before he passed away. So I've been saving my money to get this one. And this is the Big Shot Pro. Okay. All right. Now, just to show y'all, this one, this is the plate right here. It's one little bit of this whole big plate right here. It's only one side of it. Okay. So this is a really big machine, which I've got dies that fit this machine. That's the reason why that was my anniversary present from Rick, because I had dies that would fit this machine, and people were telling me to use a rolling pin on it and all this. Well, I don't have that kind of strength. So he told me to get the machine, and I saved the money up for it, and I bought it as our last anniversary present. So Anyway, it is still very tight to roll. And I like it because these mats are they actually come off. That's what I like about these. It has its own thing, and it's the Big Shot Pro. I can't show you this whole machine because if I do, you won't see anything. So now, let's see if I can find my. I got to remember where I put in the box. Okay. So. I called myself laying it right here beside where I was at, but, you know, I'm like the absent-minded professor these days, I think. And so things just, I think I put them somewhere and they end up somewhere else. So I think I have an imp or something running around my house sometimes. Probably me. But, you know, that's the way it is. Okay, stop that. Okay, so. That's not it. I'm having to move this stuff around so I can get to this. Because I know I had it right here. Okay, so this right here is the die that won't fit in the Big Shot. I have to have the Pro for it. Come here. Baby. I'm about to have a Craft-A-Lunch over here. All my dies except for 2 will fit. Okay? On the Big Shot. This one here is too wide for it. This one's too wide for it. Sorry. And this one's too wide for it. This is the one page. This is the other page. And these 2 won't fit it. So I finally got the Big Shot Pro. I finally got these cut. Now, it's just paper. And I'm just kind of tossing it in the floor as I go. I know, I have to pick it up, right? Okay, so this right here. I'll let you see just a second. I'm not going to run it through until I get this part put on. Whoops. But just to show you, this is an 8.5 piece by 11 piece of paper. And it's hard to turn because, and it will fit fully with room to spare on the Pro. Okay, so that's the 3 machines that you're looking at. If you want to buy a die machine, I suggest that if you don't do a lot of die cutting, I would start with the one that's small, such as the Sidekick, and I'd work my way up to the Big Shot. Now, if you do a lot of die cutting and everything, now myself, I chose to go with the Big Shot to begin with because I knew I'd do a lot of die cutting. This one I'm not going to use right now because it's a lot of work to use, for one thing. And I don't really need to cut that, but unless y'all want to see me cut with it. Okay, Barbara, thank you for coming. Enjoy your church service, Barbara. Like I said, this one, I've got to get it to loosen up more before I show you how to operate it much. But this one here is the one I use least. Okay? So let me set this one back down here. And see, this one here I'm going to be cutting out and everything. And so that's where I am with my machines. All right, now I was going to show some Happy Mail that I got. Okay. This one I got from a friend. She lives in Florida. Her name is Tanya Griffin. And she sent me some Happy Mail. She sent me a beautiful card that she made. She makes handmade cards. And it says, hello there. And she put some little stickers on it. It says, hello, Teresa. Here's a little Happy Mail. Hope you enjoy it. Happy crafting. Your crafty sister in Christ, Tanya. Love and blessings. And I think that was really pretty. She asked me what was my favorite color and everything. So she did it in blue because that's my favorite color. Then she sent me some stamps, a glass sticker, some butterfly and dragonfly stamps, and there's a bee, a butterfly, ladybug, flowers. She sent me some alphabet stamps. She sent me some little background stamps. These are a little bit larger, or maybe about the same size as an ATC. Yeah, about the same size as an ATC, so you could actually stamp the background on an ATC with these. And then she sent me these. It's got a llama dream. I love llama and everything. So she sent me these. Okay. I always have to double check those envelopes. All right. And then I got Kathy Cowell, Calico Kate. She sent me a really pretty card that she had made. Some dyed papers. It's got a little stamp of like a little wildflower there. I don't know if y'all can see that. I'm probably out of focus again. And then a couple of little papers, and it's got some, it looks like it's embossed with embossing powder. And it says, thank you for always being in my lives. And some coffee or tea dyed string. And some more. I don't know if y'all can see that. Can y'all see this right? Yeah, there we go. Anyway, sent me that. So I've got some things to work with on my little journal things. I want to, whoops. Anyway, I'm knocking everything off, y'all. So I'm trying to get to this stuff because I'm working on my room, and I'm kind of having a double stack stuff. Now this is from Paint Girly Lori, right here, and she sent me some things because we've been arting together. She's been trying to teach me how to draw because I love to draw, and so she sent me some thread because she's going to show me how to do some tatting. And she sent me some colored pencils, the pieces and all that, of colored pencils and stuff that she had doubles of. And so I'm going to have some fun with those because this is Prismacolors and different things like that of different colors and stuff. So anyway, there's these. And she sent me this paper that they're drawing on in a class she's taking. And I'm not really sure about this paper. I've never heard of it. So, but she says it's like it's almost like a tracing paper, but it's not a tracing paper and it's not a vellum, but you can see through it. So when you paint on it, you can paint on it. It's kind of like painting on a glass. and you can paint on it, and you can see it both front and back. So I thought that was really good. So anyway, she sent me that. And she sent me some little cardstock that I'm sure she's going to be teaching me how to use this, because there's specific ways you use certain things. And that's my happy mail for today. So thank y'all for being here. Is there anything else y'all want to know? Did I show y'all everything that you needed to see and everything? We figure out if I could figure out where I put Tammy's book, because I got it cut out and everything. Oh yeah, I was going to show y'all something else. I was going to show you how I store my stickers. This is how I store stickers. I got me this little book with some little zipper pouches. And I store small things in it. I ordered this from Temu. And these I got from Scrapbooking with Me. And these are vellum stickers. And I got some little dots, some tickets, and it's a little thank you note from Maddie and Madison that they sent me whenever I ordered from them, and different things like that. And I just go through, slide this back, I guess, and then y'all yell at me if I don't have that right. Anyway, I go through and I find, like, these are bird stickers. These are little, like, vellum stickers, birds and all that. So, and I just went through and I found pockets. And I think you order 12 pockets. I think it cost me a couple of dollars for 12 pockets. It's big enough that I could just slide this in. This is words I got. And I think it was a couple of dollars for the book and a couple of dollars for 12 pockets to put in it. And so there's how I store my stickers. I think I've showed y'all before how I store my dies, which is in these little, I get these little cases, and I get the big case with these in it. Michael's has those on sale right now. They're regular $41.99 for $16.99. Don't forget, if you go to your register, tell them you want your discount. I'm a senior citizen, so if you go to Michael's, they don't automatically give you your discount. You have to ask for it. So I went and I got me, and then I just write on it, like this one says Fairy on it. Then I just write on it and I stick them in there. And that's how I do my dies. And I've got to go through all my little cases because I've got 5 cases with dies in them right now. And I'm going to go through all my cases and I'm going to put, like, things together. Like, these are fairies. So I'm going to find fantasy, like mushroom and fairies and stuff like that. I've got Christmas, birthday, different things. And I'm going to put into each one, and I'm going to put each one in their own place, in their own case, so that I can just look at the case and say, well, this one's for fantasy, so I know that's where my fairies are going to be, and such like that. So anyway, this is mine. And tomorrow I get my Temu haul. Not a very big one, but I'll get one tomorrow. And so that's what I got. So y'all have a great day. And thank y'all for being here. Please give me a thumbs up on your way out. And if y'all want to see anything or want me to show y'all anything, if y'all need any die cuts, let me know. What color. Just let me know, because I really do enjoy using my die cut machines. I mean, if I would use them for myself, whether or not anybody else ever wanted any of them. But for me, I like to share. And I just like to share. It's just it. So anyway, I love you guys. Thank you for being here. So I'm gonna say goodbye now. I think Lisa should be coming on in about 15 minutes. And I'll talk to y'all later. Thank y'all. Bye bye.